With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
This episode is sponsored by Friskies, who would like to tell your cats hi. Now, if that didn't get your cat's attention, there is one thing that always does the trick. Just pour some Friskies crunchy food in the bowl and you'll hear those paws come running. Works every time. With so many Friskies choices, you can always bring your cats running from their secret napping spots. There's always more to explore. See for yourself at friskies.com or visit your local store.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Hey, business owners, we know you know the importance of maximizing every dollar. With the Delta SkyMiles Reserve Business American Express card, you can make your expenses work just as hard as you. From afternoon coffee runs to stocking office supplies and even team dinners, you can earn miles on all your business expenses. Plus, you can earn 110,000 bonus miles for a limited time through July 16th. The Delta SkyMiles Reserve Business Card. If you travel, you know. Minimum spending requirements and terms apply. Offer ends 7/16/25.
Close your eyes, exhale, feel your body relax, and let go of whatever you're carrying today.
Well, I'm letting go of the worry that I wouldn't get my new contacts in time for this class. I got them delivered free from 1-800-CONTACTS. Oh my gosh, they're so fast.
And breathe.
Oh, sorry. I almost couldn't breathe when I saw the discount they gave me on my first order. Oh, sorry. Namaste.
Visit 1-800-CONTACTS.com today to save on your first order.
1-800-CONTACTS.
Drink it in, man.
Cornbread! Cornbread! Touchdown, Detroit Lions!
Drink it in, man.
Cornbread! Cornbread! Touchdown, Detroit Lions!
Drink it in, man. Drink it in, man. Detroit Koolaid. Detroit Koolaid drinkers. What's going on, everybody? You guys know what this is. This is the Detroit Koolaid Cast, baby, with your host, Derek Oakley Ray here, talking about those lines. And the man is back. I mean, I think he's off of 2-3 weeks vacation. He's probably been coaching probably in the double figures of hockey leagues. He's all over the map, traveling the country. Decided to make a special appearance here on the Koolaid Cast. My co-host, the one and only, you can find him on the Twitterverse, the X Machine, at Chops in the D. Chops, how you doing, buddy?
Oakley, always great to be back on the Detroit Koolaid Cast. I know you've been pumping out that content. You've been serving up those packets. I was able to do a nice little red Kool-Aid packet the last time I was on. It seems like weeks and weeks ago. I'm sure that you've been holding down the fort, though. Lots of great content coming from the DKC. And, man, just happy to be back, ready to get going. It is July, Oakley. The Lions play football this month. Woo-wee!
Chops, there's so many things I could say. Like, should I ask you why Steve Yzerman is still asleep at the wheel? Why he has so many excuses? Why we just got some ho-hum boola free agent signings and a lackluster draft pick? And, oh, by the way, the young kids aren't ready to come up just yet. Just keep waiting. Just wait. Or should I ask you, how many times have you binge watched Quarterback on Netflix with your boy JG16 already? I mean, have you made it through all episodes multiple times? Have you paused it? Have you rewound? I'm sure there's a lot going on there at the Choppy household when it comes to your quarterback. But I like him too. I like him too.
Yeah. Listen, I wish you. Well, look, like you've seen the episodes. I've already dived in a bit here, but there's definitely some nice little shots there with. I think it was Jared Goff's first win. His wife now may have been in a photo shoot. So definitely some rewinding and rewatching there on those stats and highlights. And as far as my Red Wings go, buddy. Sorry, that was Family Show. For all my Red Wings stuff, man, look, the free agency was not great. Lots of players signed, knew they were going, sign in trades. Not a great free agency for anybody. I like the moves that Stevie made. They were low key, but I have a feeling he's going to make a bit of a big move here. He's got $12 million in cap space, so it's just the beginning. A lot of those big names just kind of came off the board either before free agency even started. So all good.
Well, Choppy Chop, we are here to serve up some of that delicious Honolulu blue flavored Kool-Aid. Say it 3 times fast.
Drink it in, drink it in, drink it in now.
Chops, if we're going to have 3 glasses of Kool-Aid, what would go good with that? I'm curious.
Oh, Ochre, you better serve it up with a double-sided cornbread.
Cornbread.
Will do. Let's do this. We're here. While you were away, I may have done a full episode about, I don't know, quarterbacks and specialists. I may have ranted and raved about your quarterback. I like him too. He wins, and he does some nice things, wobbly spirals, big contract. That aside, like I did a show where I kind of knocked his contract. Then I had to do a second show because I like the guy. He's the leader. He's the quarterback. So I did all that while you were away, so you can't go on. His cap hit more so than his annual value, which is 53 plus 60. I already went through that. So today, we're here on Dollars Make Sense, SENSE, talking about wide receivers and those swaglicious cornerbacks. Choppy Chop, I'm so ready to just talk junk, and I might have a rant later in the show. That where do you want to go? Do you want to start with wide receivers or corners? I know you're too busy, you got no notes, you probably have a couple websites in front of you, but I can go wherever you want to go to start breaking down these contracts, these players, our team. Let's go.
Yeah, listen, I think it would only be fitting to start with the wide receivers for those pass-catching weapons from my boy, #JG16 in honor of the quarterback season 2 release. Let's go right into the offense. Let's see what we got with these guys.
So you're saying like all aboard the offensive train kind of thing?
As the original conductor of the #Golf Train, I'm ready for some July 4th explosive firework offense. Let's go!
Woo! #Choppy Liking.
All right, well, if we're going to start with offense, I mean, you might as well start at the tippy top.
Amon-Ra.
We got ARSB. And when I was looking at this contract, this is what gets me. So when I first look at it, I'm like, wow, cap hit of 13.9. That sounds like a choppy number where he'd tout it, but then I cruise over a few columns to the right, and an annual average value of $30 million. Signed a 4-year, $120 million deal. Dude's number 30 kind of overall, and I don't know. I love this player. He got paid what he earned. But man, that's a lot of dough. The cap hit is beautiful this year, but then it gets a little kooky. So, what are you thinking about this deal? Does it make sense to @Chops in the D?
I mean, look, my opinion on Amon-Ra has not changed. Wait, let me stick that out. Amon-Ra. That's the stash version, but maybe I can give you the breathy, majestic Amon-Ra. rah.
There you go.
Look, dude, the guy's a beast. I can't. I mean, he puts up the stats. He's Mr. Consistent. He plays through the injuries. He loves my boy JG16. He may get Jared Goff chance going here and there. Like, the guy had to get paid. You knew it was going to happen. Look, $13 million cap hit this year, $33 million cap hit next year, but then it takes a little dip in year 3. And then there's some, I think, some dead cap and some potential outs, but I don't see the Lions making the move because this guy just keeps going up and up and up and up, and it doesn't matter what you surround him with, he just produces. So you're going to have these players on your team that are going to take up a big chunk of cap space. I'm looking at, this is about 5% of the cap. But I look, he earned every single penny of that coming from the 4th round pick. Happy to see him get paid and happy to see him keep scoring touchdowns for the Lions.
Chops, before we move on, do you have any type of... I know we're in a couple of the reality sports online leagues. You're Mr. Budgets, Mr. Spreadsheets. How do you determine what's okay amount and what's not? I mean, we know the guy's a great football player. We're not trying to nickel and dime him, acting like we can get him in the clearance rack for a 75% off coupon. But, I'm just not a huge fan of paying my receivers this type of dough. I would like one guy that's, I mean, it's not even that bad of a number the way they just keep going up and up. It used to be quarterback only. Now it's all positions, but there has to be some type of structure where it's I won't pay my receiver regardless of how good, 35, 40 million per, regardless of market. Do you have any of those type of guardrails, or just he's good, we like him, pay him whatever, glad he's here?
Well, I think we're going to dive into a bit more on that when we talk about our next guy or a guy coming down the line and arguing whether or not we should pay him or not. But to me, Amon-Ra he's a game changer, right? He puts in the work. He's a good fit, a good culture guy. He puts up the stats. He does everything right on the field and off the field. So to me, this guy is worth every penny. I mean, I don't want to say I necessarily have you cannot pay wide receivers more than X amount of dollars. Because, again, it's so tricky with the cap seemingly going up anywhere from 15 to whatever, 10 to 15 million every year. And then again, we talk about, sometimes there's this funny money where would you like a $20 million bonus this year and we can lower that cap heat to 7? Sure. Sounds great. So Brad Holmes is the master of that. I have no issue with this with Amon-Ra. I mean, I know it's going to be the 2nd or 3rd highest contract on the team this season, or biggest cap hit of the season, but I don't know. To me, he's behind Jared Goff this year and Taylor Decker. So, but then next year, I think it gets he gets even more. He gets even higher. But he's number 2 behind Jared Goff next year. I'm okay with it.
All right. So much to get into there, but I'll keep it rolling. So let's go to Raymond Khalif Raymond. This guy, he's been here a while now, probably 4 or 5 seasons. He kind of keeps getting a little uptick, a little respect pay. I was kind of surprised to see Khalif Raymond has a cap hit of 6.9, averaging about 5.3. He is in the final year of his deal. Another guy where, no complaints, love everything he does, the work ethic, his teammates love him, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about to see if these dollars make sense at a contract. And this is my other thing I want to pose to you. What are the alternatives? I feel like we've really sort of fallen into love with these guys, this culture, these players, instead of maybe hey, I wonder what else we could have for $7 million or for 5 on average. Could it be better than? And that's not a knock to Khalif Raymond. This regime really loves what they have, takes care of their own, but maybe even to a fault to some degree. So I don't mind this player, great depth, returns, kicks, all that stuff that people give extra credit for, but that's not a nothing number in the National Football League.
No, I was very shocked to see, and I think this is because it's the numbers inflated this year because it's the last year of the deal. There was a potential out that they did not opt into. So his $6.9 million cap hit was a bit of a shock to me as well. Like, I'm looking at the thing, and I'm like, wait, your wide receiver 4/5 is your second highest paid wide receiver. I know he does special teams. But again, I think that number's a bit inflated. Like the last 2 seasons, it was right on like 2.7 and then 3.2. And then this year it bumps up to 6.9 because it's the last year of a deal. But look, I would not be looking to keep Raymond Khalif any beyond this year for anything higher than that. Or actually, I don't even like it with half of that with what we got in the wings. So,
right.
Yeah. Look, he's not a bad dude, right? Like, again, he's a good fit. He does a lot of things. I think, in that year where we were kind of down and out, he was a bit of a spark where they needed a spark. But I was very shocked to see this number for him. But look, he's got to battle because he's going to have your boy Tesla on his heels. And, of course, everybody's favorite WR5, Tim Patrick. And then maybe, all there too. So he's going to have to produce to justify that number, but it does not make a lot of sense to me at this.
Let's move, I don't know, hashtag JMO fast to the next guy. Jameson Williams, and these numbers surprised me as well. This year, a cap hit of only 5.4. Average annual value of 4.4. That's 500th in the NFL when it comes to rankings. Then I looked ahead. I'm like, okay, what's he getting on that 5th-year option? Only 15.5 next year. That's half of our boy Amon-Ra. For a guy that's younger, faster, more swag, maybe not as hard of a worker, maybe more in the police blotter. But I think that this is a guy that all those numbers make great sense to me. Love all those numbers. All this talk about he'll get paid early, they're going to take care of him, they love him. How much do you love this guy? Because I feel like he's young enough, special enough, and loved by the city enough to take care of, but the numbers need to come up a little bit for me. So I love that 5th-year option. JMO, to me, damn sure ain't going to get paid more or at the St. Brown number. But if he wants to take, 25 or less on a multi-year, 3-4 year deal, I'd consider that to keep a talent like this around.
This guy, this is a really tricky one for me. The dollars
USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks, or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Visit USAA.com/bundle.
Bundle savings are off total premium, not available in all states or in all situations. To qualify, auto policy must be active prior to property policy issue. Subject to change. Restrictions apply. Membership eligibility and product restrictions apply and are subject to change. USAA means United Services Automobile Association and its affiliates, San Antonio, Texas.
I just MailChimped my marketing.
You MailChimped your what?
I MailChimped my marketing with AI to create an effective marketing campaign in minutes.
No, MailChimp and Way.
Yes, MailChimp and Way. Now I can hyper-personalize my campaigns across email and SMS.
You can do all that with MailChimp?
What did I just MailChimp and say?
MailChimp your marketing with the #1 AI-powered email marketing and automation platform, Intuit MailChimp. #1 based on publicly available data on competitors' customers. Plans vary. SMS available as add-ons. Visit MailChimp.com.
This episode is brought to you by Polestar. There's only one true way to experience the all-electric luxury SUV Polestar 3, and that's to take a test drive. It can go from 0 to 60 in as little as 4.8 seconds with the dynamic handling of a sports car. But to truly understand how it commands the road, you need to be behind the wheel. Up to 350 miles of range, the 3D surround sound system by Bowers & Wilkins. It's all something you have to experience to believe. So book your test drive for Polestar 3 today at Polestar.com.
Have you ever spotted McDonald's hot, crispy fries right as they're being scooped into the carton? And time just stands still. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
This episode is brought to you by San Pellegrino Ciao, a new kind of flavored sparkling water. The kind made with real fruit juice, a pinch of Sicilian salt, and the sparkle of the Italian sun. With no added sugar and just 10 or less calories per can, enjoy. With love, from Italy. By San Pellegrino Ciao now.
absolutely makes sense this year at that ridiculous cap hit. I mean, again, like 5.4 is a drop in the bucket for a guy that had over 1,000 yards last year. To me, the big debate with JMO is, everybody keeps saying it's year 4. It's going to be, hashtag breakout season for JMO, right? Like JMO season. So you have to make a decision. Do you pay him now and hope that that deal is, that extension is actually like a deal? Because if the longer you wait, if the guy blows up, his number gets more and more and more and more. I can't see him making more than Amon-Ra. There's no way they can afford to have two guys making $33-some million a year. So if I'm Brad Holmes and I really think he's going to break out this year, I'm trying to extend him. I'm trying to extend him now. If I think, well, it's going to be TBD if you ask me, let's wait and see. You play him on that 5th-year option, and then you're kind of like in this catch-22. It's like, well, I really want him to play well. I want him to be our number 2 guy, but if he plays too well, am I going to be able to re-sign him? So, it's the fun piece of the cap with the funny money and with these NFL contracts. It's like, okay, like I want him to play well, but playing well equals more money. We like the kid, but he missed a lot of games. He's been suspended. He's had some oopsie-doops off the field. I can't be paying $30 million a guy that makes blunders off the field, can't stay out of the media. I love the guy. I love that he's out in Detroit. I love that he's buying Coney Islands for people at 3 a.m. Like, everything about JMO, I love his personality as well, but he's going to have to really take the next step level if he's going to get paid, like, buco bucks.
I think this is what JMO is saying both to himself, but maybe out loud now and in the future.
Where's my money?
I think this is a guy that would love to get the big contract. He'd love to have more bling. He'd love to just have that. I guess my question too, and we got to keep this rolling, is like, is this the type of guy who's motivated by this contract in the future type of thing, or is he the type where if you take care of him at a good value to him, but it's also team and future friendly, does he ball out for the city? And I'm more apt to say it's probably the former, where like I think this is a guy that probably, as long as you can draw it out and keep that carrot, he's more apt to stay in line, as well as try to ball out to his absolute highest. I'm not necessarily worried about, well, it just keeps going up and up and then you'll lose him, because if I get 3 good years of JMO and then I have to lose him, I know I can replenish the cupboards with other guys, even if they're not as fast or not as fun. I can maybe get somebody that's more reliable that also costs a fraction, which we're about to get to. So that's kind of where I'm at with hashtag JMO Fast. Choppy, you mentioned a guy named Tim Patrick, which most of the loyal, diehard Lions fans that listen to this show are all about. People on the Twitterverse are like, but Tim Patrick's the best number 3 in all of football. I'm like, no, he's not. No, he isn't. Tim Patrick is a nice signing. He's done well here. He makes $2.5 million on a cap hit and an annual value of 2.5 because we got him this year for 2.5. And he's going to be on the team. He's fine. He's nothing special. I'm not writing him into the Hall of Fame. I'm not putting him on some shelf of the greatest depth receivers in the National Football League. Like, he's fine. I like him. He does some nice things. I'd like a little more production, but kind of is what he is. And I laugh every time I see people just whooping it up about what he's going to do and how good he is. It's like, fortunate to get him, but he's Tim Patrick, bro.
Yeah, like every team needs a WR3, WR4, WR5. So to have Tim Patrick at $2.5 million, like, okay. I mean, I hate to say like he's a guy, like he's an established NFL vet somewhat, I guess. Like 30 years old, 31 years old. So he's a dude. He's going to make big catches when you need him. He's reliable. He's not going to have a bunch of drops. He's not going to have any drama. I mean, he's your run-of-the-mill WR3-4, making $2.5 million. Great. Every team needs him. So maybe a fantastic dude on and off the field. Like, I'm not disrespecting Tim Patrick at all, but I also don't expect the dude to be catching a bunch of balls and, breaking any records either.
Exactly. So here's my thing. We're going to bundle up all these guys except for a couple because there's quite a few more and we got to get to our great sponsors. But one thing that's totally shocked me, Chops, and tell me if you're with me on this, is as I've been going through this roster, it's very much a pay a couple guys at each spot and then just a bunch of minimum, doesn't hurt you, don't expect much, not going to give you any trouble off the field type of guys. I mean, we go through this list. We'll talk about Tesla here in a minute. Somehow Tom Kennedy is still on this payroll for 1.1. Some guy named Malik Taylor is there for 1.1. Our boy, hashtag Go Blue, Ronnie Bell somehow made his way back to Detroit for $1 million. We got the rookie Dominic, I hope we love it, for $866K, 1.1 type of annual value on that rookie deal. And then you got this enigma, this amazing, probably future star named Jacoby Kearney James, as well as Jackson. As well as Jackson Meeks. So, like, to me, those are all just bodies. Like, I would hope that we can find a player or two throughout camp that can beat out most of those guys. But it's like, I'm kind of surprised that Brad, always over business Holmes, thinks he's going to get by with Saint, a somewhat volatile JMO, Khalif Raymond, and Tim Patrick, and a rookie third rounder. Like, that seems pretty dicey. And that's what I felt like when we're going through most of these contracts and positions. It's like, yeah, you're good if those guys are good and healthy, but an injury or two and you're playing bowling alley candidates, you're playing guys that make no money, playing people that never done anything in the league. That's a little bit concerning, wouldn't you say, or no?
This is what happens when good teams start to have success and their homegrown talent starts to get paid. You get very top heavy, like you said. I mean, right now I'm looking at $25 million on our top three wide receivers, and then about, I don't know, $4 on everybody else. So
yes, approximately.
Like,
rounding
it's
up.
kind of what you have to do. Unfortunately, I mean, it's fortunate that you have been able to draft well, and those guys are earning paychecks, and extensions and raises. But unfortunately, this is what happens when you get super top heavy. Like, look at the Bengals. Can anyone tell me, like, who's their WR 4, 5, 6, and if those guys are making any kind of money whatsoever? Right. I mean, no. Like, they got Jamar Chase, they got T. Higgins, they got those top 2-3 dudes, and then it just falls off from there. I think we got to be happy that, and the other thing is you got to expect and you got to trust the track record that Isaac Tesla is going to be good. I mean, is he going to be Amon-Ra St. Brown good? No, he's not going to be ARSB, but I expect him to be productive NFL players. So, and again, Dominic, gotta love it. I hope he can be something. And don't be dissing on JKJ. That's my boy, okay? He's here for 3 years, making less than $1 million. So, but this is the reality of being a good team. Look at some of those dynasty teams. They relied on dudes that were just next man up mentality. So I'm fine with our top 5. And if one of those guys has to kind of slot in every once in a while, so be it.
Oh, boy. Hey, speaking of Dominic, you said gotta love it. Isn't that some type of jingle? You think we get a sponsorship? Is that McDonald's or one of those? I mean, that'd help out the show. Oh, very, very well done there, Chad. Like, okay, so let's talk about Tesla, even though we run along as we always do. This guy is such an enigma. Nobody knows. He could be, I hate to even ask Charles. I don't think he's going to be this, but he could be. We don't know.
That's terrible.
I don't think so, Charles. I don't think he's going to be that. I don't know how good he's going to be, and I think people are just assuming because we had to have him in the 3rd round. He's from here. If in case you haven't heard, he's from Michigan. He likes the Lions. But looking at his contract, there's nothing not to love about it. 1.2 cap, an average for his 4 years of 1.7 as a rookie. Early to mid 3rd rounder. Here's why. Chops, do I got to do this every show? I think I do until people get it that you can't give away picks like candy, because took dude in the mid to early 3rd round. Could have had a lot of other good football players too. 4 years. You ready for this total? $6.7 million in total for 4 seasons of football. 3 until you maybe have to pay him 4, preferably. It's like, what an absolute discount. I mean, the guy could like make a few first downs and fumble in the end zone a few times, and we're happy with that amount. I mean, that's like fractions of what Khalif makes. I mean, that's nearly what hashtag JMOFast makes here towards the end of his deal on some for total. Like, it's crazy. So I love his contract. It all makes sense. Now all I need is Isaac Tesla to come out early and make plays and shut everybody up and be like, man, this guy's like a poor man's Cooper Kupp. This guy's a catching machine. This guy is an absolute chain mover. Like, that would make me so happy.
You must be reading different articles than me, because everything I'm hearing is people going, can Isaac Tesla have 65 catches this year? Like, what? You do realize that hashtag JMOFast had 58 last year, right? Like Sam Laporta, Sammy Biscuits had 60. So I'm hearing the opposite, man. Like, the hype is real on this kid. But again, it's TBD if you ask me, but I trust Brad Holmes, so we're going to wait and see. And look,
we hope he plays well.
3rd round wide receiver, he should be productive. Okay, we've hit late. And
Chops.
again, like you said, that contract is nice, man.
This is dollars make sense. Do you like the contract or not?
I was getting into it there. Yes. I mean, how can you argue with the guys whose base salary is $840K?
You can't. Well, you're giving me the player breakdown. We got to focus on the dollars. They make sense. If this guy makes any type of plays, yes, he's not going to catch 60 balls. Yes, he's probably not going to catch 30 balls. But if he moves chains, the fans like him. He's a good teammate. He scores a couple touchdowns. Whoop-de-doo, like, everyone's happy. Congratulations, it's gonna be good. So, and if he
I have higher expectations
grows, then
I mean, I know the.
Whether it's a movie night or just midday, Skinny Pop is a salty snack that keeps on giving. Made with just 3 simple ingredients for an irresistibly delicious taste and a large serving size that lasts. Deliciously popped, perfectly salted. Skinny Pop, popular for a reason. Shop Skinny Pop now.
Jif peanut butter. It's that jiffing good, it doesn't really need advertising. So instead, enjoy the calming sounds of the ocean. Jif. Ooh, it's that jiffing good. Get your Jif at Jif.com.
You set the table, put on a playlist, even made the lasagna from scratch. And now you're wearing it. OxyClean Max Force Spray tackles tough, set-in stains the first time. Adulting is hard. Fighting stains shouldn't be. OxyClean Max Force. It's not clean unless it's OxyClean.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Through the Starbucks College Achievement Plan, full and part-time Starbucks baristas receive 100% upfront college tuition coverage so they can focus on achieving their dreams, not how they'll pay for school. And those dreams might start with a degree in management, biochemistry, or any of the more than 150 offered. At Starbucks, benefits like college tuition coverage are just the start. Learn more at starbucks.com/partners.
Dollars make sense here, but I do have higher expectations for him. Like, I expect this guy to be really battling for that WR3 position by next year and the year after that. And again, if he really balls out, you can start thinking about different things with JMO. So I have high expectations for this kid.
That's why I call him Enigma, though, because, like, that's the Kool-Aid drinking, cornbread eating Lions that we're like, man, when we see him in preseason, he starts making plays, everyone's going to get all lathered up in the butter, and then he's going to make a couple plays early in the season, and people are going to make him the WR3 and start saying he might be, rookie team, or next year he could have Pro Bowl. Like, that's how it snowballs, when really I'm like setting it low and saying, man, if he's just a gritty, no-nonsense, sure-handed playmaker that can fit in, that'd be perfect for this team right now.
Well, the only wide receiver that Brad Holmes has drafted that hasn't panned out was Antoine Green in the 7th round. So I'm going to go with this guy's going to be good.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to Anquan Green. Injury and just kind of washed out. Hopefully he's not working the ball return or the shoe shine area at the bowling alley. Choppy Chop, you literally jumped on. You've been gone for weeks. I could have done 2 Kool-Aid packets here in the first segment. We've went 30 minutes, but that's what the people come to see. This is the flagship.
We are serving up the Honolulu Blue flavored Kool-Aid for extra time. I know they've been drinking the packets to hold them over, but then when Choppy joins the show, the flagship show, we go extra long, people.
Everybody, we've been sprinkling in sponsors. We'll get a few more in. If you haven't checked out realitysportsonline.com, you need to do it if you love fantasy football. Go check out my guys at PFF All 22 Fantasy Football. I'm just all fantasied out right now. I'm doing the Scott Fish Bowl. I'm doing drafts for people that don't even know if they want to do fantasy just because I want them to enjoy it. Lots of things rolling on the Oak Creek Fantasy Football radar, but we'll take a quick pause and we come back. We're talking about those DBs, those corners, those swaglicious ball players out on the edge that hopefully can cover a coffee table. Everybody, we'll be right back. All right, everybody. This goes out to my fantasy football fans out there. Now, you probably heard about Reality Sports Online, the most powerful fantasy sports platform where owners can build and manage their fantasy team like a real NFL general manager. But the question is, have you tried it? I mean, we're talking free agency, multi-year contracts, rookie drafts, multi-team trades. You could put franchise tags on guys. It's as close as you're going to get to being an NFL GM. But do you think it sounds complicated? It's not. I'm here to tell you it's the best thing about Reality Sports Online is it's just more fun than your normal fantasy league, but it doesn't take barely any more time. After all this, are you still not sure? I mean, come on now. You can test your general manager skills by going over to Reality Sports Online, call it RSO. Please go check out realitysportsonline.com right now. Kool-Aid drinkers, we're back. Thank you so much for listening to the show, checking out the show, sharing the show, repping the show. And this is normally the time where I'd give shout outs, I'd talk about fantasy football more, I'd give Chop some grief, but this is a quick moment before we get in these corners where I have to do an Oakrey quick rant. And you guys know we love the lines. We come on here and we serve up Kool-Aid, delicious by the way, tastes like Super Bowl. You know, we serve up hot piping breads of cornbread, but it's like I got to get after the Lions today because I talked about it on my training camp preview that the Lions are coming out with the you can sign up for training camp and you guys should get down there. I'm here to tell you, I don't know what it is. I'm sure they have great people there and they have all these things set up, but every time they've been getting better and better, they seem to clunk up more and more. I didn't even really want to go to training camp, as I told you, and Chops is part of this. My friends and my family, my uncles, these people suck. Nobody wants to go down and enjoy a day. So I didn't want to get tickets, but I was I got the email, so I was 10 o'clock on Tuesday. I went online at 10:06. 1,600 people waiting in the Ticketmaster line. I just wait there or put it in the background on one of my million screens and phones and computers I'm working on. It comes up to, you're first in line. Now you can select your tickets. Yet I could only select one session, which then told me, hey, now that you've waited for 1,600 people in front of you, we don't have any tickets for that session. Could I get to the other sessions to check if there were tickets? Now without going all the way back. It was just such a mess. The website sucked. I'm sure it's half of Ticketmaster's fault. But what a joke. I just looked around. I was one, I didn't really want to go to training camp. I would have liked to go to the night practice, but I wasn't going to bend over backwards. The fact that you wait, then find out there's no tickets, then can't look at any other sessions. All the other sessions are sold out. It's just terrible. I mean, I gotta cue up Charles. It was just an awful experience.
That's terrible.
It was such a waste of time, plus so poorly set up from a just a execution standpoint, a fan base, hey, let's take care of our season ticket holders, except if you didn't sign up at 10:02, you're already sold out and you had to wait forever, and Ticketmaster didn't queue you up to say, like, hey, instead of waiting for 1,600, let me just tell you now there's not going to be any availability. And I could have just went about my day. So absolutely terrible chops, no doubt about it. Like, what a garbage setup by the Lions, Ticketmaster, everybody involved. So all of you that are going, enjoy training camp, but I probably will never try again because it was just such an awful thing, and it was for something so stupid. A training camp practice? Like, kidding me?
That's terrible.
There you
go. I think that's a great segue into our next section here with some dollars that make sense. You know what isn't terrible, Charles? You know what isn't terrible? I got to ask you a little question here, Oakery. I'm going to put your brain to the test here. Who is our top cap hit corner in 2025? Any guesses?
I mean, of course, Shabs, because like I'm the originator of this show. I'm the host. I'm the guy that puts in the work day in, day out. Like I have my sheets, my cheat sheets, and everybody and their brother knows that it's Amik Robertson.
Oh, well, listen.
Hold on, I'll bell myself.
That is, I know you have the stats there if you played along with the gimmick there, but everybody and their brother would have said, of course it's our new guy, DJ. That's my DJ.
Go DJ, that's my DJ. Go DJ, yeah.
After his 3-year, $48 million contract that he signed, everyone's first guess would have been that he is our highest cap hit for the corner position, but he's not. So what kind of sorcery, what kind of black magic did Brad Holmes, who's always open for business, do to have this guy only have a $4.7 million cap hit in 2025?
I mean...
Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
Are your business expenses playing hide and seek? With Uber for Business, the small spends that slip through the cracks, like rides and meals, go right where you need them. Because it integrates with leading expense platforms, you can say goodbye to surprise costs, missing dollars, or chasing receipts. Everything's track downable. Uber for Business. Make small steps that make a big impact. Learn more at uber.com/small steps.
Hey, this is Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast, here to help you make the most of your summer with Michelob Ultra, a superior light beer worth playing for. Play for it with the guys when you're competing to see who can sink more birdies on the golf course, because winning tastes even better with Ultra on the line. Play for Ultra. Fill your fridge with Michelob Ultra this summer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
What if Black Friday deals were available in the summer? Don't miss week-long doorbusters at Best Buy during Black Friday in July. Learn more at bestbuy.com. Best Buy. Imagine that.
This episode is brought to you by Chevrolet. Chevy certified service technicians are factory trained to fit your vehicle with the tires specifically developed for it. And with our tire price match guarantee, you get the best fit for the best deal. Let us do the work. Available on select eligible tire brands at participating dealers only. Offer ends 12/31/2025. Terms apply. See dealer for complete details. Visit Chevrolet.com/service to learn more.
Where do we start? I mean, the guy's an absolute wizard when it comes to contracts. I don't want to get us on a big side tangent, but I am curious how these are going to work out, because we give him a lot of credit for the void years and the how in the HE double hockey sticks to DJ, that's my DJ, make 4.7 on the cap hit, yet his average value is 16, yet he signed for 48, and he's got, here I have a note here from my in-depth research, 3 void years at the end of this deal I saw on the old Spot Track machine. So, like, I'm curious how all this is going to work out. Sometimes it feels like that dude that's just like paying things on the credit card, acting like he has money. And then when it all comes due, he's like scrambling for cash, trying to figure it out, or just opening another account, trying to like take care of the one. Like, or is it going to be like, man, every year we got these voids, we got these low deals, we get out before it gets ugly. Like, is it going to be a beautiful thing? Like, I really don't know, but the DJ Reed and the Amik from the dirt, everybody's favorite player now, Robertson, is like looking extra scrumptious at yes, a cap hit of 6.4, but an average value of 4.5. Woo-wee! Isn't that what you do a lot? Like, I feel like both of those are beautiful from a contract standpoint.
Not bad. I'll give that a golf clap. That was a nice little attempt there at the woo-wee! But listen, I still just can't wrap my head around, like, 4.7 million cap hit in the first year. It jumps up to 18 in year 2, down to 8 in year 3, and then, like you said, he's got these, like, you know, rigmarole, like, crazy magic, drop down to 6, void year, potential out, all this stuff that's going on, dead cap that we can somehow, you know, avoid. This is a great team-friendly deal by a player who I thought was the top corner on the market. A huge, in my opinion, a huge upgrade from the Carlton, so I don't have to hear the drop anymore, to DJ, that's my DJ Reed. So this is some dollars that make a hell of a lot of sense to me in the secondary.
I think people are sleeping on DJ Reed and his contract. I think people are giving Amik a little too much credit, and when they see his contract being the highest cap hit, they might be a little disappointed. But let's talk about our boy, which we still don't have a good nickname for, Terrion Arnold. Again, cue up the Oakley Rewind. Why do draft picks matter? Why are they incredibly valuable? Why would the Lions trade up for this guy who they love his personality, his play, his ability? And I love this contract. 4-year contract for Terrion Arnold. A total of $14 million over that contract for everybody out there with a math or a calculator. That's like a $3.3 million cap hit and an annual average value of around 3.6. That's 588th in the entire NFL when you're looking at deals. That's crazy on all types of levels. This guy has the physicality, the ball ability, the swagger, the mentality, and I will pay him that all day long, hoping that I have to pay him buco bucks later when he's a CB1 and probably a face of the city.
Yeah, I love this deal. I mean, again, I know we keep sticking with carry on, but that's a hell of a deal for me. And again, I don't need this dude to be a ball hawk because that's what I got my safeties around for. So if this guy can just cover and, you know, shut down, again, he's almost our CB3 at this point, with people like hyping up Amik and super excited to welcome DJ Reed to the city. I have big expectations for this guy, though. Like I said, I think some people get upset when they don't see the numbers or the stats with, you know, past offenses and things like that. But if he can just shut people down, I know he had a lot of PIs last year. I think he's going to get some of that cleaned up. But man, I think this guy can be a real shutdown dude. I'm looking for a big year 2 out of him.
And I think we're just here to talk about the deals, but I think the people need to calm down, like you said about JMO with Terrion too, with all these pictures of, you know, Pro Bowl year loading and Terrion season. It's like, just let this guy play. I've been one of the hardest guys on him, saying he's got to be more plays on the ball, but for what corners get paid and for what this guy's made of, like, that's a beautiful thing. Choppy Chop, did you know that we still have a human being named Khalil Dorsey on this team? Did you know that?
Agree. The fact that Khalil Dorsey makes more money than my boy Ennis the Menace Rakestraw is almost insulting.
But Choppy, he's a great. They love him there in Detroit. The coaches just love this guy. He plays so hard. Like, this is every time we have to find guys like this. The coaches love. They say he's going to do this, do that. And when he gets out there, it's usually PI or getting roasted, toasted, and extra crispy, or running down on kicks, trying real hard. It's like, Okay, Khalil Dorsey's on the team. We get it. But I want to get to the guy you just mentioned, though. I don't know why you claimed him as your boy. I guess that's a gimmick you're trying to enforce here now that I got so many Pro Bowlers on my side of things and you got your quarterback, just you and him lonely over there. But Ennis the Menace, again, rookie deal, 4 years. Here's one for you, people, as a second rounder. $6 million in total. 913th in case you're checking. But let me ask you this. I got to keep using this voice because of these dweebs that are on the radio here in Detroit or podcasts or whatever. But Charlie, your boy Ennis is going to be a starter. I think he could outdo... What did I hear today? Like, people were like, he's going to outdo Terrion or he's going to displace DJ Reed. Based on what? They're like, remember last year he got a lot of pub and training camp. Okay, great. So did people like, I don't know, Dorrance Fountain, or who was the other, like, either receiver or some player that was like balling in training camp and then either like never saw the league or never made a play. There's plenty of those people, right? So it's like all this stuff. It's like, I like this guy's grittiness. I like his grumps. I love his contract. But the fact that people are acting like he's going to be the starting nickel or he's going to like out displace one of our studs is like too high expectations. Let the guy just get on the field and start doing a couple things before we just go crazy. If you want to go crazy, look at his contract because it makes a damn lot of sense.
Yeah, people need to be a bit more realistic. Like, I like this guy a lot. I damn well love his contract. I mean, that's just, again, the fact that these second-round players get like $1 million, 1.2, 1.4 is just crazy to me. But, I mean, he's...
Eczema isn't always obvious, but it's real. And so is the relief from Ebglyss. After an initial dosing phase, about 4 in 10 people taking Ebglyss achieved itch relief and clear or almost clear skin at 16 weeks. And most of those people maintain skin that's still more clear at 1 year with monthly dosing.
Ebglyss, lebrikizumab, LBKZ, a 250 milligram per 2 milliliter injection, is a prescription medicine used to treat adults and children 12 years of age and older who weigh at least 88 pounds or 40 kilograms with moderate to severe eczema, also called atopic dermatitis, that is not well controlled with prescription therapies used on the skin or topicals, or who cannot use topical therapies. Ebglyss can be used with or without topical corticosteroids. Don't use if you're allergic to Ebglyss. Allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Eye problems can occur. Tell your doctor if you have new or worsening eye problems. You should not receive a live vaccine when treated with Ebglyss. Before starting Ebglyss, tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection.
Searching for real relief? Ask your doctor about Ebglyss and visit ebglyss.lilly.com or call 1-800-LILY-RX or 1-800-545-5979.
At the UPS Store, we want to make this summer the summer of shipping. Summer Ship-a-Looza. So you can start crossing items off your must-ship list. Like the vintage film camera your college kid needs for class. Or the vase you told your mom you would send her ages ago. And with our pack and ship guarantee, your items arrive safe or we reimburse you. So stop by your local store today for everything you need to be unstoppable. Visit the upsstore.com/guarantee for full details. Available at participating locations. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable.
By the time I hit my 50s, I'd learned a few things, like how family is precious. Work can always wait. And 99% of people over 50 already have the virus that causes shingles. Not everyone at risk will develop it, but I did. The painful, blistering rash disrupted my life for weeks. Don't learn about your shingles risk the hard way. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist today. Sponsored by GSK.
Only able to play in 8 games last year. Let the kid just have a good sophomore season. You don't have to rush him into anything. You've got DJ, you got Amik, you got Terrion. Like, let the guy just come out and ball and take it at his own pace. So the fact that the city and these knuckleheads on the radio are trying to put these kind of expectations on him are just, like, to me, it's almost reckless. So, he's a good CB4, CB5, which I'm happy with. Again, I don't know, like, he sure as heck better be out there more than Khalil Dorsey, but I think Dorsey's got some versatility, right? Didn't he play some safety for us when called upon? But again, always getting roasted, toasted, extra crispy. So I like Ennis Rakestraw coming out of Mizzou. He was, those 2 corners. I'm drawing a blank on the other guy, his partner there, coming out of college. But I like Ennis. I think he's got some good potential. And again, at 0.5% of our cap hit, you gotta love it.
The capped contract, you gotta love it. I'm not downplaying this player. Like, he could be a CB3-4. He could move up to 3. He could be a 2 next year, for all we know. But like, just slow roll it a little bit, people. Let's combo up the rest of these players, because I do have Avonte Maddox in this group. I have heard some safety type play with him. 1.2 type cap hit. Stantley Thomas Oliver. I'm sure all you loyal diehards out there got his jersey, but he was on the list, making 1.1. I'm sure that's one of Chops' boys. How about my guy from back in the day? Not so much anymore, because he showed he really can't play that well, but he's got a great name, Rocky Sin. If you don't know what that is, or if that's not funny, go back to listen to like Detroit Koolaid Cast, like 2018, 19, somewhere in that range, maybe even before that, when I was just touting him, the name, the player, the this, the that. My co-host fell in love with him, probably because I said he was good, and then he hasn't really been that good, so I forgot about him. And then we've got Devad Wilson, making $540K, so I'm sure he's trying to see if his 7-10 split is what it's supposed to be, or helping out people, or whatever he's going to be doing at the local lanes there. But I think we focus again on those top guys. A couple vets, a couple we never heard of them. People are going to tell you Rocky Sin looked good in camp. Rocky Sin's going to do this. I'm sure he'll be a cut towards the end of camp. Is probably what will most likely happen. This is a position, as well as receiver, where you can pick up a vet. You can sort of make a couple sneaky additions. They don't need a ton of season, even though you hear people say corner, tight end are two of the toughest positions. I feel like corner, hey, go guard that man. Be physical. Make sure he doesn't beat you deep. Some of those simple principles would be nice for a vet or a guy to come in here. But I don't mind this group. I think you can get away with Robertson, Reed, Arnold, Rakestraw, and then whatever you get out of Dorsey and Maddox can probably get you by. Like I say, a little addition here would make me a little more comfortable, but Terrion takes a step. Rake shows he can play. I expect a lot from DJ Reed, to be honest. I think people are kind of sleeping on him. And then, as gritty as Robertson is, I like all these deals too. Like, we're not a team that's paying corners like $25 million or 4-year, 6-year deals. Nope, these are all short-term, relatively good numbers. I like everything about this corner group, but more so I like the reasonable contracts for these guys.
Yeah, to put a nice little bow on it, Oakley, with 9 corners currently on the roster at $21 million, $21.2 million total. It's only 7.5% of the cap hit. So, like you said, I really like our top 4. I think once you get beyond that, you've got some potential with some other guys to kind of make some. Like I know that Choppy and Oakley are both still waiting for Rock Ya Son, hoping that he's gonna shock ya son, but we'll see what happens there.
See, Shaz, you tried to do some gimmick of truth, a nickname, but it doesn't work because his last name's not Son, it's Sin, S-I-N.
I know.
So,
well, that's why you add the shock and you change the sin to Son. Shock you, son.
Okay, I see what you did there. I mean,
come on, you gotta open up your mind. You gotta expand your repertoire there, okay?
Coming out of the draft class, maybe, but there ain't gonna be no Rock Ya Sons anymore with this guy. We know what he is. He's a hard worker that really isn't that good at football and is pretty old now with not a lot of upside. So I'm sorry to say.
Hold a clipboard and help out with Amik and the young cats.
Possibly, we'll see. We'll see if the Rock can do that. But we do this show for the people,
and the people consist of the millions.
Choppy Chop, you came back. You showed up. We did 30 minutes. We're at 15 some minutes. Do you got some amazing thing you want to tell the people? Do you want me to just rail on the Lions more for their terrible setup, Ticketmaster for their garbage procedures? Or do you want to talk about your quarterback? Or do you want to get up out of here because we're both crazy busy and tired and we're serving up Kool-Aid 3 times a week for the loyal diehards out there?
Well, listen, Oker, you know that we could sit here and talk football all day, every day, all night long. I think we need to wrap it up here because, again, if we just when we hit record, like the people, I mean, we get some stats, we get some notes, but man, we just talk. 2 buddies talking football. I'm not gonna. I'm really looking forward to the next show where we can talk about Jake and Jack, our two kickers. That's gonna be real super fun. But
nope.
The Jack Welch Management Institute at Strayer University helps you go from I know the way to I've arrived with our top 10 ranked online MBA. Gain skills you can learn today and apply tomorrow. Get ready to go from make it happen to made it happen and keep striving. Visit strayer.edu/Jack Welch MBA to learn more. Strayer University is certified to operate in Virginia by Chev and has many campuses, including at 2121 15th Street North in Arlington, Virginia.
Get your mother-loving ears on because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at paypal.com.
En momentos intensos necesitas una hidratación que esté a tu nivel. Hidrátate con Liquid IV, científicamente diseñada para reponer rápidamente electrolitos y líquidos perdidos durante tu ejercicio. Hidrata tu ejercicio favorito con Liquid IV, formulada con 3 veces la cantidad de electrolitos que la bebida deportiva líder del mercado, más 8 vitaminas y nutrientes. También disponible sin azúcar. Abre, vierte, vive más. Conoce más en liquidiv.com.
In all seriousness,
That shows me, Chops, you don't listen to the show, because I did quarterbacks with specialists. I railed on Jared Goff, and I said how great our punters and kickers were. So you're sleeping at the wheel again. If you come back on, we'll be talking running backs and linebackers. And what I don't think we talked about, my boy, Brian Branch and Curbo. So we got to get them in there somewhere. And then we got to button this up, because I don't know if you realized, the Detroit Lions, they show up to camp next week. The rookies are there like midweek. The vets are there at the end of the week. And in case you didn't realize, on the 31st, there's a football game. Not a real game. Not a game that is going to matter. A game that I'll probably get real excited about till kickoff and then go, oh, this ain't football. This isn't Lions football. But that happens on the 31st, the Hall of Fame game. Dan freaking Campbell versus Jim Harbaugh. What?
Are we going to get to see Hendon Hooker play the majority of snaps?
Oh, it's going to be the H2O. We're going to have Gio Manu is going to be out there. We're going to just be rolling with the project. Sione Vaki, 2 touchdowns. I can't wait.
Maybe Dominic Gotta Lovett's going to score a touchdown. He's going to be battling with Tom Kennedy, right?
That's a huge camp battle. There's no question. It's so much to get into, so much to watch.
Kenny Yabo.
I heard somebody do a take the other day about how good he was going to be. I was like, what? Who? Like, I think we have a drop for that somewhere. I mean, I don't even know if I can get to it, but I mean, Kenny Yaboda or Yabooty or who?
Who is this Rudy Poo?
Exactly. Oh, it's going to be, I cannot wait for training camp. Hamad Hassanian. like wait till he gets after the quarterback once and people give him a gold jacket. I can't wait. And we're having fun, but obviously any football is good football. All the updates, the Dan Campbell pressers are great, but those damn preseason games, man, are just a tough watch, even for guys like us that want to see the 5th receiver, because we got to get him in RSO because we need 1.5 points from him in week 7, to win us a game. We don't even care, so that tells you something.
Listen, I'm just excited, and I cannot wait to hear Dan Dickerson say, "Down goes Stafford, Ahmad Hassanain with a sack."
Oh, yeah, that'll be glorious for sure. I hope that happens on so many levels. I think that'll be Dan Miller, not Dickerson, but that's neither here nor there. Chops, you're a little off your game. You're a little rusty today, I must say.
I'm a little Can you tell that there's been nothing on the television, so I've been forced to listen to some baseball.
Choppy's been reading hockey Twitter for weeks. He's been reading hockey Twitter, just hoping something happens. Yet it's not much going on there. We have drops for that too, but we're running out of time. So Choppy Chop, I appreciate you coming on. It's always fun. We're working our way. We probably got enough. I'm going to finish up Dollars Make Sense before next week, so I'll probably get it in on a Kool-Aid packet. something. I'll maybe double dip, maybe a bonus show. I'll get that done. That way next week I can say the rookies are here. Isaac Tesla's the real deal. We got vets on a Friday, the weekend, and then it's welcome back to football. It's just so much going on. And then we're back at it, college and pro for the next 6 months. So get ready, people.
Can't wait.
It's gonna be good.
The dog days of summer. I'm ready for it to be over. I'm ready for some real football. Again, people get out there. I don't even have to tout it, but watch Quarterback Season 2 on Netflix. You can see all about my boy, Jared Goff, and his beautiful wife and his amazing dog and all these great things. Football will be here soon. Let's put on the pads. You're going to listen to Dan freaking Campbell hyping up the people, using F-bombs that we can't do. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait. Super Bowl with Bust 2025. Let's go.
And if you don't want to watch Quarterback, Chops has also got a little something for you.
I don't want your bula support when it comes to Jared Goff. You don't get to join the Goff train. You're off, bro. You're off.
Easy, Chops. Easy, everybody. That's what we got. We talked some wide receivers and corners. We'll catch you next time right here on the Detroit Koolaid Cast. Okay, everybody. We're out.
Pack the bag, start the plane. This game is over. It is over. What a comeback by the Lions.
Drink it in.